Action Comics issue 1001 sees Superman foil yet another robbery in Metropolis, this time from LexCorp. While apprehending the scared criminals, he asks if they know anything about the rash of fires around the city. The panicked criminals don't know anything, so he disarms them and leaves them for the cops, going after the criminal who escaped in a chopper. The next day at the Daily Planet briefing, Perry is impressed with Clark's story on the event, even though he couldn't get a comment from LexCorp. Clark says he needs confirmation on what was in the safe that the criminals were trying to steal, since Superman didn't know because it was lead lined. The bullpen wonder who the hell still robs in Metropolis with Superman around, but Perry reminds them that Superman can't be around all the time. Robinson shares her potential story that the fires around Metropolis might have been started by Superman, who has been accused by a child who went to a fire station and said he saw Superman light the fires. Later on, Superman visits Deputy Chief Melanie Moore, wanting to talk to her about the boy. Moore thinks starting fires is a little small for Superman, and he wants her to stop joking around since Metropolis is his home and people are getting hurt. She tells him about the kid, and with the information, Superman goes and visits him at school. Superman takes him to the fire's location and learns the boy was paid off by a bald guy to tell the fire chief Superman did it. The chief still has her reservations, but however, since Superman can sometimes be a little intimidating to witnesses, Superman thinks that this is exactly why a child was selected to tell her that he did the fires, and now he can't be part of the investigation without tainting it. To get the boy to make up for his mistake, Superman gets him to volunteer at a food bank. Later on, Clark looks up the usual suspects of bald criminals when Trish Q interrupts him. Clark says he doesn't want to talk to her about his personal business because they don't know each other very well, and she is a gossip columnist after all. Trish says that Lois left Clark, and it happens all the time to people, and Clark needs to tell his truth because Lois Lane will tell her truth when she resurfaces. As Clark goes to leave, Trish says that his story is that Lois left him for Superman. As Clark leaves the planet, someone tracks his movement out to sea. A person named Whisper keeps his contact posted on Superman's location, as the contact wants him to call in everyone for a meeting. Elsewhere in Metropolis, Mr. Strong asks his group of criminals who is starting the fires. None of them want to take the blame, saying the fires distract Superman, and the bald criminal says that he's even taking the blame for them. Strong says that no one thinks Superman starts the fires, and they will now be looking at someone who is pointing the finger at him. The bald criminal is suddenly attacked by a giant red cloud, which consumes him and chokes him from the inside out, killing him. The cloud reforms into the villain named the Red Cloud, who says their organization was meant to show discretion, and starting fires doesn't show that. Cloud says the criminals all should have flagged the fires amongst themselves before it reached Mr. Strong's ears, and because it didn't, one of them was to be killed. Getting them to go back to work, Strong relishes in the fact that Superman doesn't even know that they exist or are operating right under his nose. Elsewhere in the city, Lois Lane is back on Earth, typing up her new tell-all story. Action Comics issue 1001, much like Bendis' Superman issue 1, was a pretty decent start to his second Superman series that, instead of dealing with huge threats like the Superman ongoing does, it deals with street level things. I enjoyed Superman hunting down the boy who said that he was starting the fires, and soon learning he can't actually get involved in this investigation. Some things I didn't really like was the Trish Q constantly nagging Clark about his relationship. I get that she is a gossip columnist and that's basically their job to do that sort of stuff, but it comes off like Bendis just kind of twisting the knife that Lois and Clark are kind of separated at the moment and kind of in this weird sort of place. The dialogue between the criminals near the end of the issue with Red Cloud was also very Bendis-y, and I didn't like it at all. It was kind of confusing at some points as well. I am interested, however, about Red Cloud, and it's almost guaranteed it's going to be one of the new characters he's introduced, probably Robinson Goode or maybe even Melanie Moore. I like the idea of criminals operating without Superman even knowing about them. This was a good start to a more street level Superman series, but it could have been better. I'm going to give this issue a 7.5 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching my newest video. If you enjoyed it, you might also like to check out my other reviews here on my channel. You can also follow me on various social media platforms like Twitter by searching Matt_FOS, or even join the Comic Multiverse Discord server and chat with other comic book fans, including myself and Joel from Cape Joel. Want cheap comics and trades? Head over to the book depository with the link in the description to get the cheapest trades and comics around, along with free shipping anywhere in the world. Until next time, this has been Matt of the Fortress of Solitude. Thank you so much for watching.